Hey, 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 good morning, guys. Thank you for joining, whether you're joining live or for the replay. This is the Fearless Morning Show where we're having confessions and conversations about your everyday life and your finances. It's a pleasure to be able to come to you live. It's a pleasure to be here this morning and get things done. So definitely want to thank you for coming on in. Come on in, come on in. Once you get in, please say hello, say good morning, say whatever you need to say as long as it's something good. And we thank you so much for joining us here for the Fearless Morning Show. This morning, we'll be talking about several different things. Just to give a quick rundown of our agenda, we always do our trivia, our funny trivia moments each morning. So I'll go ahead and get that funny trivia out. And then we'll definitely give our quote of the day. Good morning, Mr. Ray. How you doing? We'll get that out to you, that information out to you this morning. And I'm waiting on my fearless co-host, Miss JoJo Jamitra Waddell, the Live Past Crazy specialist. She'll be joining us here shortly, hopefully, if nothing has happened. Hopefully nothing has happened. She's been sick for a couple of days. She's had this horrible, voracious cough. And she's been on a couple of medications prescribed by the doctor. So we're waiting on her to join us. But this morning, I want to ask you guys to definitely give us your thoughts around the show. What are the things you like? What are the things you don't like? What would you do if it were you, right? Maybe we want to bring out some new ideas, bring some new ideas to the table that are going to not only educate you, but empower you to get to your next, right? I love that. Empowering you to get to your next. That's what we're about here at the Fearless Morning Show. I'm Lynn Demmons, America's #1 financial rebound coach. Yes, I said it, America's #1. And we're having those confessions and conversations. Oh, okay, Mr. Ray, this is your first time joining us. Well, thank you for joining us. Yeah, I remember you and Miss Chanel, I think. Yes. Hopefully that's the right Mr. Ray. Hopefully it's not like 2 or 3 of y'all running around out here in these internet streets. With that said, guys, I think I'm going to go ahead. My co-host hasn't joined. I haven't heard anything from her this morning, and it is 7:19. Okay, great. Glad I had the right person. Okay, good deal. Here she is. So let me bring my co-host onto the screen so she can join. I can get started with our, you're the only one, I know, right? I know, I'm the same way. I'm America's #1 financial rebound coach. There's only one Mr. Ray, so y'all better recognize. Hey, good morning, JoJo.
Good morning. Just a little technical difficulty going on over here this morning.
Girl, trust me, I understand it. I get it. No worries. I hope you're feeling better this morning. Those medications are working out for you.
Let us pray, honey. I'm ready. Cough drops and tissue and water. So.
Awesome. So we're going to go ahead with our funny trivia moments for the morning. Y'all, we had hopefully the Cheyenne, Wyoming people who didn't have to take those showers on yesterday because it was against the law. Hope they get in there today. But our funny trivia for today, I thought this was funny. Since I am the money coach, I thought AP what? Oh, come on. Xfinity. I am so tired of Xfinity, y'all. Somebody send me some information so I can get with a different company that does better, because this makes absolutely no sense. Xfinity is supposed to be the best. They're supposed to have the best out there on the market, but it appears that they are not the best for whatever reason. But AP, he's the editor of Punch. He once wrote a check on the side of a what, y'all? He wrote a check on the side of a cow. Don't ask me why. All I know is that he did it. It's written down, guys. So
who did that?
A.P. Herbert. We're going to have to look him up. He's the editor of Punch. I'm assuming Punch was a magazine or a newspaper. I have no clue, but we can definitely look that up, or one of y'all can write in and tell us who in the heck
you got to write on what's handy, I guess. You know, you got to do what you got to do.
Yes, maybe that was some kind of cultural thing, right? That you can now write a check on the side of the cow. And maybe that he was dead. I don't know. But anyway, that's what he did, y'all. And the second one, I thought this was funny because a lot of people would be in trouble. According to Massachusetts law, what can you not do to a pigeon?
I'm tired of these birds.
Right? You cannot scare a pigeon. I know a lot of people who will be locked up or paying fines or whatever, especially when we were kids, right? My little brother,
he used to chase them
down a pigeon anywhere that he was. Right? So there's funny trivia this morning. Tell us what you think. If you have some funny trivia you want us to share, also make sure you get that out there. Get it over to us. Share it with us here on Facebook. Good morning, Trenda. Thank you so much for joining us this morning for the Fearless Morning Show. And guys, I wanted to bring something a little different for you for the Fearless Morning quote this morning. And it's actually an African proverb. And I thought it was so fitting for what it is that we talk about here, where we have these true confessions about life and your finances every day, these confessions and conversations. So in the spirit of confessing this morning, no, it's not a go sit in the booth, forgive me, Father, for I have sinned type confession, but it's truly a confession. So this is the proverb, y'all. When you buy stuff you do not need, you're stealing from yourself.
Wow. I like that.
Sit there for a moment. When you buy stuff you do not need, you are stealing from yourself. And I'm so glad that I saw this in that moment, guys, because
good Lord,
let me be truthful. Sometimes, y'all, and I know everybody doesn't like Walmart. JoJo, I know you do not like Walmart, right? But guys, go in Walmart, and if I see that little, what's that little smiley face? A little, you know, Walmart.
Yes, I know y'all little smiley face.
That let you know that the price has been changed or that the price has gone down. It's very tempting, right? It's very tempting to go over there and buy something, because I saw that little sign and I'm always tempted to go over there, but then I had to think back for myself. I'm like, wait a minute. I have goals, girl. What you doing? You need that money to invest. Why are you going over here and playing around? Stop stealing from your... That's it, the rollback. Yeah. Yes, Trindle, that little rollback will get me every time. I don't know if any of y'all can relate, but I do see some of the comments. Wow, caught red-handed. I get it. Yes, yes, and yes. So, guys, when you buy stuff you don't need, you're stealing from yourself. Remember that today. Recall that.
That needs to be on your refrigerator, you know, or your front door. You know what I have on my refrigerator? When I say I don't want to cook or something, so I put a big red sign that says, do you want to buy a house or do you want to buy a burger?
Oh.
When I tell you, it hurt my feelings every time I open up that refrigerator.
Yes.
I was like, Lord, I hurt my own feelings. But guess what? I turn right around and cook something because I want that house.
That's awesome. That's a good one, right? Guys, we got to keep those little reminders. Another thing you can do to remind yourself is put it as a screensaver on your phone. We stay on our phones all the time. And if you have those little triggers, right, in your life, you take a screenshot of whatever that is. JoJo, you screenshot that what's on your refrigerator and put it on your phone too. I'm going to screenshot this. When you buy stuff you do not need, you are stealing from yourself. And I don't care how small it is. I'm like, wow, I'm not a thief, am I? I'm stealing from my own self. Well, good morning, y'all. Thank you so much for joining us as we continue here on this Fearless Morning Show. So what's the point? Lynn, why are you talking about this? why are you doing this thing? Why are you sharing this with us? Guys, because Dottie Walters said it best. Success is not a doorway, it's a staircase. Success is not a doorway, it's a staircase. It means, guys, you think about it, when you get ready to go up the stairs, you know it's some work involved. You know the heart rate is going to be increased. You know the muscles going to have to be on. You know that you're going to have to breathe a little bit hard. I know that's for me personally, right? Anytime I take the stairs, I notice a difference because by the time I get to the top, I'm winded. Yes? Yes, right?
Yep.
Yes or yes. And that's what we're doing here today, guys. Welcome to the Fearless Morning Show. I'm Lynn Dimmons, America's #1 financial rebound coach, and we're here having these confessions and conversations about your everyday life and your finances. So I'm going to go ahead and get into it. Thank you guys so much for joining. If you're new and this is your first time watching us here at the Fearless Morning Show, just say hello. Tell us just let us say hello. I'm from wherever you're from. If you're from Atlanta, Georgia, we're actually here in the Gwinnett County area. I am, and I just want to say thank you for joining us here where we're having these confessions and conversations about everyday life and finances. So on yesterday, to get into my financial thought, we were talking about, and I was actually listening to Dr. Terrence, and he was talking about the 5 ways of money, the 5 ways to make money, essentially. And the 5 ways that he gave, he said that you earn money, you borrow money, you save money, you inherit money, or you can steal it. Right? Now, no one's condoning stealing money. Let me
right.
No one's condoning that. But he said those are the 5 ways. Essentially, if you master the money game, those are the 5 ways that you can make money, right? And he said earning money, that's you trading your time. And we talked about this here at the show, right? That's you trading your time for money. When you borrow money, there are 2 different things that we need to talk about. And we talk about this all the time too, right? Borrowing money. There's a such thing as good debt or bad debt. And I actually have some blog posts over on my page that you can go and check out for free where we discuss that in a bit of great detail. But a lot of people say, oh, no, debt is bad. All debt is bad. But something that the rich do differently from the middle class and the poor is they leverage somebody else's money to get what they want. Do you hear me, y'all? They leverage other people's money. They did a who was that back in the day? You down with OPP? Yeah, you know me.
Yeah.
Who did that? You remember?
Yeah.
I'm dating myself. But anyway.
I know the song. I forget the name of the group.
But anyway, they use other people's properties, other people's money, right, to now get what they want. That's called leverage. So we have to get past this mentality that thank you, Mr. Ray. No, he said it's naughty by
Mr. Ray on it. He was like, don't test my 90s music this early in the morning.
That was the jam back in the day, even though I did not know exactly what they meant when they said
Right. I don't think any of us did.
Right. We were just singing that song and dancing and didn't even know what it meant, but that's okay. But they use other people's money, right, to now get what they want, right? It's a hard concept to grasp for you. So let's have that conversation really quick. He said it's a hard concept to grasp because we're talking about leveraging debt. That is a mindset thing, okay?
Yep.
And what we have to recognize is you cannot solve a problem with the same mindset that created that problem. So
and that is our man.
Yes, you can't solve the problem with the mindset that created the problem, right? So you have to. Trenda,
we wasn't that smart, Trenda. We were just singing a song.
Trenda said said she read the lyrics in the cover. So my mama wouldn't allow that in the house at all. Even when we went to the store, if my mom went to the store with us, to the mall with us, she was just that parent. We couldn't even go over in that section in the record store. And I know that's back in the day. The kids be like, what, a record store? What you talking about, right? We couldn't even go in that section of the store to even read it, Trenda, but I digress. But getting back to the point, y'all, about using other people's money, leveraging, right? Leveraging debt to get what you want. That's what the rich do. And oftentimes the mindset of the middle class, right, is very different. We'll go into debt to get the stuff that we want, right? But oftentimes when we go into debt to get the stuff that we want, it's not giving us an ROI. We're not getting a return on that investment. We're putting these things on a credit card, right? We're putting these things on a credit card. But then what are we doing? We have to pay even more than the thing costs because we have to now pay interest. See, that's a bad way to leverage debt. Yeah. But what you recognize, and if you do this and you study this long enough, because success leaves clues, Tony Robbins told us best, success leaves clues. When you go over here and you borrow the money that you need, that's now going to help you to get to your next, right? Mr. Ray said that's helping him with his hustle. That's right. It's helping you because we got to think about those things now. Now, how do I now get this money that's going to, I'm borrowing it for now. It costs me what, 10%, 5%, 10% interest, but I'm going to make 30% on this. Now I get a 20%, 25% return on my investment. You see how that works? See, that's a completely different mindset that many of us do not have, but it helps us to get to our next. And I thank Dr. Terrence for that conversation yesterday. For those of you who are just now joining, the 5 ways to make money that he mentioned was to earn it. That means you got to go to work. 9 times out of 10, the majority of you on this replay, or that'll be watching this replay, getting up, getting ready to go to work, right? So you got to earn it in some way, shape, or fashion, or you're an entrepreneur. You can borrow it, you can save it, but the challenge with saving your money and just putting it in these bank accounts out here is that they're giving you so little return on your investment. You're putting your money in there, but it's going to take a long time to get to wherever it is that you want to go. You can inherit the money, and that's good. We've seen lots of families that have built generational wealth, right? And their kids, their children's children are now inheriting those funds. And then that last way he mentioned, he said you can steal it. Again, not condoning stealing by any stretch of the imagination. But what we are saying, guys, is there are things that we can do differently as we move forward today. So what are you doing? How are you changing your mindset today? Because as we said, you can't solve a problem with the same mindset that created that problem. So you got to do something different. So you've been feeling guilty about using debt for anything, even towards business. So that's where the shift needs to happen. Feel guilty about the debt that's not going to give you a return. Feel guilty about that debt on that card that you're just using, right? If that's not going to give you a return. Now, if you're purchasing that car to run your business and it's going to give you a return, because to get from point A to point B, you're now not only making money off of that opportunity to drive and have that business interaction, right? That's different. That's different when that car has been purchased to run your business versus just buying that car because you want a $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 car because you think you look cool driving down Sunset Boulevard or whatever the case may be, right? So there's a difference. And I get that. I've been there, done that. I was the queen of that. Give me my crown. I understand exactly where you are coming from, Trenda. We feel guilty about the debt situation, but I had to get over that, right? If that is going to give you a return on your investment, go through and actually calculate out what the return on your investment is so you can see it. And then you follow through. You make sure, right, that you get that return. Absolutely. And Mr. Ray says he's leveraging other people's money to help them and in turn help himself. That's good, right? That is good. That's how it's supposed to be done. See, we got to understand that. We got to put our attention on those things that we want so that we can now move to our next. Yes.
Yes.
So, guys, thank you so much for joining in for this financial confession and conversation this morning. Yes, ma'am. Calculate that ROI. Calculate the return on your investments every time. Not just for today, not just for tomorrow. Make sure that you're taking care of that. I'm Lynn Dimmons, America's #1 financial rebound coach, guys. And yes, I said it, America's #1. And I also, before I get off here, we will be having an event. I want to invite you to find out more about our event called the Great Escape Mini, where we'll be talking about all those things that you can now escape in your life, in your finances, and in your health. If you will text the keyword finances to 345-345. All right. Text the keyword finances to 345-345. We have a call this Saturday at 10 a.m. where we'll be talking about what's going to happen in this great escape. Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Mr. Ray. You had fun learning. And yes, ma'am, I am America's #1 financial rebound coach. Yes, I said it. I'm going to have you all saying it too after a while. Watch me. All right. I'm going to pass this over to my fearless co-host so she can give you the life side of these confessions and conversations.
All right, good morning, y'all. My name is Yamitra JoJo Waddell, the only Live Past Crazy specialist. So what better place to be than here with me? Oh, today is Thursday, y'all. Let me tell you, this week has been going by so fast. It is unreal. And I think it's because I went back to work yesterday and I was there for exactly 7.5 minutes before they packed me up and told me to go back home. I was like, but I'm trying. They was like, yeah, we don't want none of that here. So I'm going to try again today, but I'm going to call before I drive over there today. So I have a question. I think Monday I talked about, y'all got to go back and listen to the Nathan story. What are you willing to fight for? And yesterday I talked about, are you being true to who you are? So today's question is, I don't want you to doubt your ability to do what it is you want to do. And this is my confession for today. This is all about having confessions and conversation. Sometimes, including me, we doubt that we can do what we are supposed to be doing, including moving on past crazy in our life and moving past crazy in our finances. Sometimes we be like, you know what? Okay, I'm all gung-ho. I'm ready. And then the next thing you know, you're not doing it. Good morning, Tiffany. Thank you for joining the show. So today, I don't want you to doubt that you have the ability. First of all, you have the ability to remove the problem that is causing to hold you back. Remember last week before last, I talked about, the thorn. What are you going to do about the thorn inside of you? How you going to work around it? How you move your whole life around this thorn or this problem? And sometimes once you recognize that you have the problem, that that's crazy in your life, and then you start wanting to do something about it, that's when you start doubting that you can actually make it happen.
Right.
And that's your thought for today. Don't doubt your ability that you can move past the crazy in your life. Don't doubt that you can get past that crazy relationship. You can get past the crazy work relationships or crazy in your finances, because here's the thing, if you don't get past it, the crazy, which is the weakest part of your life, will continue to run your life, because it's running your life right now. Whether you want to admit it or not, crazy is running your life right now. Crazy has you out here looking for money, out here doing all kinds of stuff. Even in your relationships, it has you dating the same person. It has you having the same kind of relationships, the same kind of friendships, the same kind of work relationships. And I need to do a whole day about that in the work, because there's some people, when they come to work, it's everybody fault what they own. And some people need to come to the realization that they just don't want to work. It's always going to be somebody problem at a workplace other than them, and they don't want to work. But if you take the time
Yes.
to recognize, because here's the thing, and please apply this to every aspect of life, because I have to, and sometimes I hurt my own feelings. If I keep having the same problem throughout, same problem with every bank, same problem with every man, every marriage, and y'all, sister been married twice. And so if I keep having the same problem, I must be the common denominator. I have to be, because everything else is different. The only thing that remained the same was me. So at what point do you need to stop and look at yourself and handle you so that you can stop having that same kind of thing? Yep.
Right.
Trina said she pulled some serious hedges. Honey, I had to pull some hedges, some trees. They had some roots down in there, as the country people say, roots. But you have to address that, because if you don't, please understand, the crazy will continue. And the crazy is the weakest part of your life, and it's running your life. Think you're in charge, my friend. You are not. Let me tell you something. Good morning. How are you? I hurt my own feelings sometimes, because I have to realize I got to handle my business. And I can't handle my business if I first don't get rid of some stuff. So just realize that you are real yourself when you find yourself and start working on the things. Right, Trenda. We can do all things. Yes, the vision and the design is aligned. We can do a whole lot, but we got to address what the problem is. And please understand, if we're not addressing that problem, he will keep bringing it up over and over and over again until you learn that lesson.
Right.
Because I am a living witness of that. Good morning, Sandra. Yeah, you the truth in your soul. Not the crazy. The first thing you got to do is get by yourself and just stop and be still. And that's when you start having those conversations. Because what crazy will also allow you to do is to think that you're too busy to do any of this. And then when you're thinking you're too busy, that's when you start doubting yourself. And that's when you start thinking you can't make it happen. You got to be quiet for just a minute to talk to yourself, because you have all of this going on in your mind. She said, repeat. That's for crazy stuff. So when do you have time for a clear thought to come through? You don't, because you're steady going after crazy. Crazy is running your life. So today, this is Thankful Thursday. Don't doubt your ability. You can make this happen, but you've got to get down to the root cause of it and handle it so that you can move past it. What'd you say, Lynn?
Right.
Oh, I thought I heard you say something.
You're good.
Okay. I thought I heard you say something. You are freeing yourself to continue to walk this fearless journey. You're freeing yourself. That's this whole process. You're freeing yourself from things that have kept you held up, hold up, all kind of else. So you're freeing yourself from it. So today, don't doubt your ability. Some moves. Today is Thankful Thursday. Be thankful that today you have another chance to bring you back.
Right.
Thank you guys for joining the Fearless Morning Show. Hopefully I'll be out of Facebook jail soon, but my fearless co-host has been hosting me all week, and I'm so thankful. You want to tell them about June? Don't forget, guys, share the video. If your friends and family are not on Facebook, we do have a YouTube channel. She's in your mind. That's right, channel. So make sure.
Yes, those are my girls. Those are my girls. Free your mind.
Lynn got all this money.
Yes.
Free friends and family do not.
Yes.
I have Facebook. That's our YouTube channel. We have over 100 videos over there. Go ahead and say it. Did Lynn freeze? Okay. Lynn, go ahead and tell them about June 16th. I've already posted the link. And also Saturday went over what's happening on June 16th. Saturday is free. So text finances to 345-345 so that you can get that information and then register for the Great Escape on June 16th. But Lynn gets way more excited than me, so I'm going to let her tell that portion of it.
Absolutely, guys. So you have to be in the place, save the date. And I'm sorry, I do apologize. My Xfinity, Comcast, whatever they want to call them now, X5, it's not on point today. It keeps freezing up, but I'm going to get this message out regardless of what they
That's right.
going on over there. But
be great anyway.
Save the date, guys. We're going to get it out. We're going to get the information out to you. Join us on Saturday so that we can talk to you more about how to get through this in your life, your health, and your finances so that you can escape all of the madness, because you cannot solve problems with the same mindset that created them by another router.
Right.
Oh, that's probably more than likely what I have to do. Is exactly what I have to do. You must all up, Mr. Ray, get out my house. Really? He all up in there telling like, yes, I need another router. See, y'all always trying to get me to buy stuff. JoJo always trying to get me to buy a new phone. Now Mr. Ray trying to get me to buy a new
Y'all got a new phone.
Oh, Lord, everybody.
Right here. I almost had to buy a new phone yesterday.
I hear you.
She almost broke down and bought a phone. But homegirl took that phone apart, shook it off, had to get, she was like, oh no, it's working. We're not buying a new phone. She is holding on to God's unchanging hand. You hear me? Because she's not giving up that phone.
I have goals, y'all. I have goals, and Apple is not gonna stop me, right? Neither is Xfinity. They tripping. I'm gonna reset my router first.
That's right.
And give it a try, but they might be
right.
I probably can't even get around that way. Gee, yeah, but. Yeah, I might have to redo that. But the router's cheaper than those phones, I tell you that.
Yeah, I was gonna say I got a really great one from Target for, I think I paid like $45, and it's been through some things. All right, guys. Lynn, anything else you want to go before you close us out? Because I think
I think that's it for today, guys. Yeah, I know, right? So much for joining us, y'all. I'm gonna get this thing fixed over here. I'm gonna get this situation taken care of. Might have to go get a new router today. Might be headed out to Fry's, or one of these electronic companies around here, and get that taken care of, because Xfinity will not continue to interrupt my broadcast. You hear me? Xfinity. Can you hear me now? That's Verizon, though. All right, y'all.
that's what Xfinity got to hear from you. That's for sure. All right, guys. Have a great day.
All right. Thank you for joining us, guys. Have a good one. Signing off.
Bye. See you.